Are you tired of swirl marks making your car look old? Most people think fixing them takes multiple pads, products, and complicated steps. But I'll show you how to remove swirl marks like this the simple, fast way with just one pad and one product. This beginner-friendly method delivers deep gloss and professional level shine. Let's get started with washing the car. Then we want to remove any leftover contamination with chemicals if needed. And finish by using a clay bar to get the surface really smooth. This makes sure the paint is clean and safe so we can use a polisher without grinding these particles into the paint, which can make it look worse. Now, let's tape off the paint for a clear before and after. This paint is rough. It has swirl scratches, deep scratches, and oxidation. I pulled this door from a black 2017 Dodge Challenger at the junkyard, so this extreme real-world example should give you a good idea of what to expect. I'm using the Griots Garage G15, a 15mm long throw 5-inch DA polisher, designed for fast paint correction while being very beginner friendly. I pair it with a Lake Country heavy-duty orange foam polishing pad. Don't worry about the color. The key is to pick a foam pad made for long throw machines, and it should say for polishing. Make sure to center the pad on the backing plate as much as possible to keep the vibration low while you work. I like to use this center cut hole to help me with that. This product can cut your time in half. 3D1 removes scratches fast, then breaks down into a finer polish for a mirror-like shine. When starting with a clean, dry pad, begin by priming it with 5 pea-sized dots of product. Slowly spread the product evenly across a surface at low speed to prevent it from slinging everywhere. This machine has a variable speed trigger, so I don't need to adjust the settings to keep it at a low RPM. Priming this way gives a smoother experience and better results. Once a product is spread, let it run a few more seconds in one spot to finish priming the pad surface evenly. Now that the polishing pad is primed, add 3 more dots and find your starting point to begin polishing. Now check out the intense motion of this long throw DA polisher in ultra slow motion. In just a moment, you'll see how this combo wipes out swirl marks like a hot knife through butter. So hang tight. This even, consistent trail left behind your machine is an indication that you have just the right pressure evenly across your pad. If not, you simply need to readjust. You might be tempted to push on the machine, but I promise it just needs enough to keep the pad flat and in full contact, which is about 5 to 10 pounds of pressure. On hoods and roofs, the machine's own weight is usually enough. Move slowly, about 1 to 3 inches per second. If the results aren't quite there, slow it down to 1 inch per second for the most correction. Work in a 2x2 section and always start with a test spot. 3D1 has a long working time, so you can make multiple passes without it drying out unless you're in extreme heat or humidity. Then you may need to reapply some product. After each section, clean your pad. A clean pad prevents issues and keeps your results consistent. I like using 90 psi of compressed air, but a pad brush works fine too. Next, wipe off the 3D1 residue right away using a clean, high-quality 300 GSM microfiber towel, preferably new, straight out of the bag. Don't let the product sit on the paint. That can cause problems. The good news is, unlike many other compounds, this one wipes off easily with basically no dusting. For an even faster wipe, I just use a dampened microfiber towel from my car wash bucket with rinseless wash soap and dry it off. Alright, super easy, right? Now, let's grab the inspection light and see what we accomplished in just a short time. And stick around, I've got some quick tips for tackling curves and tight spots that you won't want to miss. Expect to see potential streaking from the rinseless wash like this under a detailing inspection light. And here are some deeper scratches that may remain, but most people will only notice how shiny the car looks afterwards. Let's talk real-world detailing, not just flat panels. First, throw the cord over your shoulder to avoid scratches, but keep enough slack for easy movement. Stay within shoulder width to avoid fatigue. Constantly overreaching like this for hours of polishing will wear you out faster than you think. Trust me. And forget the face to panel stuff you see like this in other videos. It's so unnecessary and not that serious. You will see here shortly that I was able to remove the swirls in the paint without hugging the panel. So relax, have fun, and enjoy the process. You might wonder how to crosshatch here. The goal is simple. Correct this surface evenly. Just create a pattern that works for this section and stick with it. Work for about 60 seconds in a 2x2 area, or until 3D1 hazes and starts to dry. When you're working into a contour like this, where two body lines meet, where you see that black line in the middle, you won't always get full pad contact. Naturally, a beginner would make the mistake of running the machine directly over the black line here where the two contours meet, and doing this will actually put uneven pressure on both sides of the pad and also leave the center with no contact. This will lead to poor paint correction results. The goal is to angle the polisher just enough so most of the pad stays engaged, but without digging the edge into the paint. You'll know your angle is right when the pad still rotates smoothly and the machine feels balanced instead of chattering or stalling. It takes a little finesse and practice because every curve is different. So focus on keeping even pressure and making slow, controlled passes. Videos that only cover flat, simple panels set beginners up for frustration on modern cars with curves. Hang tight because in the next few minutes, I'm sharing my last best tips you're gonna need and want for one-step paint correction success. As you can see, there are almost no swirl marks left on this curved panel, but there are some tight spots where bigger machines just can't remove swirls well. That's why I'm going to show you one last tool if you're serious about this. The Griots Garage G15. A 3-inch DA polisher with a 13mm long throw. By the end of this video, you'll start to see why pros charge over $100 an hour for this work. Work in smaller areas, 1 foot by 1 foot for a 3-inch polisher, instead of a 2x2 for a 5-inch. Clear coat residue builds up as you polish, so clean your pad and add more polish often. Don't forget to tape off rubber or plastic trim either. And just check out the one-step paint correction results you will get with this little beast. And after all that work, you'll want to protect it. I'll show an easy, beginner-friendly ceramic coating that lasts 3+ years. Gives insane gloss, UV protection, and crazy water beating. I'm putting that video together next. Check the screen at the end. It might already be ready when you watch this. I've linked most of the tools for this beginner-friendly one-step paint correction in the description. Removing swirl marks is advanced, but if you want the basics of how to polish a car, that video is on my channel too. I hope you feel more confident, and if you enjoyed it, hit like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Alan with Highlands Auto Detailing.